Okay, nobody likes having to start work immediately when you wake up, especially when it turns out literally every single one of your coworkers has called in dead. But then there's that twist where it's bring your dragon to work day, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm really glad I climbed that tower.
Thralls! Balls! They're everywhere!
Thrall's Balls, the World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolas, Gershom, and Wooly. Oh, what's up, swingers? From the foamy streets of Milwaukee in the ThrallsBalls headquarters. I always intend to say ThrallsBalls headquarters before I say foamy streets of Milwaukee. Someday I'll get it right. Anyway, from that place, welcome to episode 43 of Thrall's Balls. I'm Wooly, and we have Gershom and Bentolas here too. Hi, guys.
What's up, swingers?
What's up, swingers? Hope you guys are having a good week.
Hell yeah. On today's episode, we're talking about as much Dragonflight stuff as we can. We're contemplating what the Exodar might taste like, and we're drafting 4 NPCs to form a rock band with. Yeah. That's a Shantyman suggestion there. Anyway, what have you guys been up to in WoW? Because I pretty much raided and that was it.
So that was you going first?
Not really. I guess I have some other stuff I can say.
Yeah, go first.
All right.
Wooly.
Okay, well, we got... Ah, crap. How many bosses? I think we're 5 heroic bosses down now. Let me double check that. But... you know, went in with the old guild Una Mas. And we're gonna be running into a situation where one of our healers can't be there as much because there's some ish going on. Okay, so we got through Pantheon. So I think that's 5. Whatever, we got a few bosses down. So we're going to have to figure out how to deal with that. But also, I mainly didn't really play very much. Because, like, after the announcement for Dragonflight, I'm like, Jesus Christ, y'all. I want to play an Evoker. It feels like I'm kicking rocks around playing on my Warlock. But that said, I was playing around on what races and classes to play as if... 10.0 comes and I don't like the way the Evoker plays, so I'm still settling around on that, playing around. We'll see what happens. And that's basically all I've been up to. Gershom, you go.
Okay, I'll go. Kind of sick of the Zemo grind on Noto. It's been like a lot. I just want to get exalted, get my mount, get my rep with them, I want to get the Pokebucks filled out, which I'm like 3/4 of the way done. Honestly, I've been forgetting to play Notokas sometimes, like between work and the kids. Like, I was really annoyed the other day. I woke up on Tuesday, and for once, usually on Tuesday I work truck at my store, so I woke up on Tuesday and they hadn't scheduled me for truck, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna play WoW all day. So I jump in and I was like, fuck, I forgot to finish my Patty's quest. I forgot to finish my patterns on patterns. So I log in and it's like patterns of patterns, 98%. Like, I was almost done and fucking forgot to turn it in. But I mean, literally, the reason that I have been forgetting is because I was doing my Magheart Orc a lot. So she's like 53 right now. So she got her heritage armor, which is cool because, by the way, I know I was lagging a little bit last week when you told me about like the 3 clans that were part of that, of the Magheart orcs. Mm-hmm. I had forgotten that part. So it is a recolor. It's the same armor, but you get 3 sets. And I didn't know that. So I was stoked. I was struggling a little while to find like mounts and, you know, make my mogs. I probably spent a good couple hours just sticking around in Orgrimmar with like mounts and mogs, and, you know, kind of enjoying just that aspect of the game. I don't know how much more casual it could get, but that was it. And then so she's like 54 now. I've just decided to make her 60 just because it just feels right.
Yeah.
to go to 60, and I'm over on the Kultira side now, so like after 50 that opens up where you open up the boat and you go to talk to Naphnos and you go over there and stuff. So like I've been playing that a little bit just to finish out leveling up, but she has her armor. And other than that, god, I think I just sort of did my world quests, and I did the world boss for the first time. I got a group for that Antros world boss, and he dropped me some pretty sweet gloves. I don't know what eye level 259 is. Is that like normal raid?
Yeah, it's
It's
like
like
the
LFR gear, right?
no, it's
No,
normal. It's like the last 3 bosses of normal though.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the rest of the boss is like 252. I think.
Okay, so I got like a good gloves drop off him. And then I've
Nice.
just been farming those stupid like Sandsworn relics, which are a pain in the ass. And I thought I was the only person that hated this fucking currency, but I was talking a little bit on Discord with Slide Whistle, and he was saying the same thing. He's like, it's absolutely ridiculous that like you get like, by now I have like 2 pieces of it, and it's been out for 2 months. I mean, I feel like that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's just pointless. It's like,
And then
why
I'm
is
like,
it even there?
And then I'm like vomiting out cosmic flux. Like there's so much of it, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there could be more of a balance, but it's fine. It is what it is, and it's not like I'm raiding or need any stats or gear at all. It's just for fun and for Mog. So, I've been having a good time. Bent, what have you been up to?
Actually, can I real quick? I forgot to say I got my 4-piece.
Woo!
Oh,
Yeah. So
nice.
you mentioned the flux. I totally forgot, and that reminded me because I had to go to that like fart that the Primus left behind, the Rune Carver, and be like, hey, I need you to take this thing, chew it up, and give me the shit back so I can make another thing.
Did you guys think it was funny, like how much hype they put on that the place where you go to like oh my god, the forge, what's it called? I sound dumb, but like you fly up and you go there, and then it's like you go put your item in the thing, and it's like, bloop, here's your other thing, and it's like nothing.
What the hell is it called? I know what you're talking about.
Catalyst of creation. Yeah.
That. I mean, because of that thing, I have 2 pieces of tier that I wouldn't have otherwise. So, like, I don't need, like, fanfare,
Yeah, I don't either. I want to click my button, get my item, and get the fuck out of there.
That's true, but, like, I guess because of mine, because I don't, like, raid or do mythic that much, like, it was just the eye level didn't go up, so I'm still stuck with, like, that gear from Rafiq, like, the Sandsworn Relics gear, but it is cool to get the Mog, so I am happy with it. I'm fine.
Well, the eye level isn't going to go up. It's going to be, like, a direct slide over.
Yeah, no, I know. I read about the articles. It was a little confusing at first, but I did jump on the Discord and kind of, I think Immune and a couple other people helped me figure out what was going on in the Discord, because I was like, wait, it's not really an upgrade. It's not really. You get like your tertiary stats and the Mog and stuff, but I mean, I'm still having fun, so fuck it. I love World of Warcraft.
Hell yeah. Ben, what you been up to?
My family was in town, so I only really played on Tuesday. So yeah, we cleared heroic again. I think my guild actually got another boss down on Mythic, the sausage guy, and yeah. Other than that, I have done absolutely nothing.
Yay! Now that I kind of wonder, because we're like progging sort of slowly, and if there weren't going to be a season 4, I would be like, I wonder if eventually it's going to hit a point where we're like, are we going to stop or are we going to go into Mythic? But there's going to be a season 4. So then I wonder what's going to happen to all those raid teams out there. They're going to be like, oh, well, they want us to go do fucking Daddy Denathrius again. Should we do that? Personally, I have no desire to go back in there.
When was the last time that Uno Mas did a Mythic? Wasn't it Dazorlor? Did they get Castle Nathrion Mythic at all? Did they ever?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know, because this is technically I was raiding for
Collected Company.
No, the last raid tier I was technically in Uno Mas, but I sat the raid tier out after clearing normal because I was tired. But I think they've in the past not gone for Mythic, but like done maybe 1 or 2 bosses just for the hell of it. And that's sort of what I had been, that is sort of what I had meant. was just like,
Oh no, I get you. That sounds fun.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's, I guess, what we've all been up to. Do you guys want to do the mixed drink of the week?
Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! Before we get into the mixed drink of the week, I want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, if you are of legal age or legal whatever to do so, and we are not responsible for anything that may come as a result of your own shenanigans. Yeah, so I had a total brain fart. We have been going through various cities in WoW, making drinks after them, and the focus has been on the shot. Now, whether or not you shoot the shot, or if you dump it into a drink, or whatever you do with it is totally up to you. But last week we had, what was it?
Silver Moon.
Yeah, it was me, too. I forgot. And then this week, Bentolas brings us the Exodar. So, I think Exodar, and my first thought is purple. So I think it's going to be purple somehow. So it's like, I'm thinking you're mixing some blue curacao with UV red and calling it Exodar. I don't know. Phoned in. I don't know.
Okay, Gershom, what do you think?
I wanted to make something with tequila because I feel like tequila makes me crash possibly harder than the Exodar into Azeroth. But other than tequila, it's so hard to just think of what the booze is. So I'm going for like a tequila-based drink, I guess.
All right, so Willie, you actually were close with the theme. It is purple.
Hey.
And it's a very actually simple drink. You could do it as a shot or you can do it as a mixed drink. It's really simple, 2 ingredients. 1 part black cherry white claw with a shot of blackberry brandy in it. Shake it up, pour it out, and it should have a very light purple, bubbly view.
Blackberry brandy?
Blackberry brandy. So I might be just an East Coast thing, but like a lot of Polish people where in the town I grew up in, they drink blackberry brandy. So if you like blackberry brandy, you're really going to like this drink, but some people think it tastes like cough medicine and hate blackberry brandy. So if you're one of those people, I recommend you do not try this because you're not going to like it.
They have it in Chicago too, and I do enjoy it in a weird way. It is kind of medicinal, but it's good.
So it's like equal parts of both of those?
Yeah, so in the mixed drink if you do it as a mixed drink, you're just going to do 1 full can of blackberry or black cherry white claw and then 2 shots of the blackberry brandy. And then for the shot, you just do 2 shots of the white claw and then 1 shot of the brandy.
Okay. All right. Well, I assume you've already been drinking it, but over the lips, through the gums, look out, asshole. What's it taste like?
Oh, that is delicious. I love
It
blackberry
sounds
brandy.
really good. I do too. It sounds really good. Hey, Willie, why you be like, I assume you're already drinking it? Because he does sound like he's drinking it.
No, because I don't know. I guess it just thought he already mixed it up and he was drinking it and getting cause I don't know.
No, Willie, you're
Not
right.
No, yeah, he's
don't-
right. I know. I was
don't-
picking on him. I'm sorry, Wolves. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's because I don't mix it at my computer because I have like a leather desk.
You have a leather desk?
The hiccups.
An actual hick.
No, like
Actual hick.
so. It's like wood, but it has like a leather part. Ooh, Jesus Christ! What I gotta do? Hold my breath to get a hiccup?
I'll scare you. All right, don't worry. I know how to fix this.
Boom!
Let's see. How do we make him excuse me. They're removing Outlaw from the game.
Oh my God!
Oh no! They're removing Lady Moonberry from the game.
Young people use curse words.
I got plenty of spank bank material for Lady Moonberry. Don't worry about that.
Lord, no.
I can't. Oh my god, what just happened?
I did make it like a mixed drink though, but I do agree we should focus on the shot. It's good. It's refreshing, and it really looks like the purple egg part of the Exodar. Like it's got it's like I was afraid that it might have came out too dark of a purple, right? Because I imagine it. I don't know about you, Wooly, but did you imagine it as like a light purple or dark one?
I imagined it as like a light purple, like those big old crystals they got.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. It looks great. So it tastes good. If you like blackberry brandy, I recommend you guys try it.
All right. So that was the Exodar. Next week, it's Gershom's turn, and she is bringing us a shot from what city?
All right, y'all. In honor of the announcement about Wrath of the Lich King Classic, I am going to go ahead and do Wrath of the Lich King Dalaran.
Oh, shit. And yeah, we do have, for those of you listening at home, we have our spreadsheet thing. We have Legion Dalaran and Wrath Dalaran as separate things. Even though they're the same city, leave me alone. But I think it's a good thing to do.
That drink actually probably could fit for Dalaran too.
It could, but
Yours could for the purple, so now I'm gonna have to move away from the purple. I'll figure something out though.
Yeah, you got to come up with a good one, I think, for this.
Okay, so then, you guys want to move on to WoW news? Even
Dragonflight time.
We're not talking about WoW news? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Time for WoW news, motherfuckers.
Motherfucking Dragonflight, y'all. Okay, if you couldn't figure out what I was saying in the cold open, I was reflecting at the cinematic where Stony Man, everyone's calling him Stony Tony, whatever. He wakes up and then all his coworkers are, not there because they all called in dead, and then he has to go to work all by himself. But then, even though he did it, and then he had to climb the tower, he got to fly around with a dragon. So fuck everyone else for not coming to work. Fuck you. No, Luke, I'm not gonna fucking work for you, bitch. Come do your shift yourself. What?
Stony Tony. I've heard people call him Stone Bro. I never heard of Stony Tony.
I've been hearing a lot of people calling him Stony Tony. And I think it was the official Warcraft Twitter put out one of those dumb little polls. What are you guys calling him?
Really?
I wanted to call him Stony Boy, but
I literally just wanted to call him Stoner Boy because I smoke pot, but I was like Stoner Boy. No, Stony Boy works, I guess.
Stoner Boner? I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's a good one.
Stonebone. There's a good Dracthyr name. No, it's not. Okay. So, instead of reading news stories, because there were a few things that we could have talked about, but we're very hyped for Dragonflight, so we're going to talk about any newsworthy things that happened this week. We're going to talk about them next week. So, if you've been living under a goddamn rock, there has been a new expansion announced, and it is called World of Warcraft Dragonflight, just like people thought based on the website leak, which, come on, how do you mess that up? How do you make that happen? Anyway, speaking of, the website leak, it included stuff about a pre-purchase, and that's one thing they didn't say anything about in the reveal. But what the expansion consists of is we are going to the Dragon Isles that have been hidden ever since the Sundering 10,000 years ago. And it's okay, I don't know how to... The dragons knew where it was, but they went to where it was, and they couldn't find it still somehow. I don't know. And being there woke up Stony Boy, and he's like, oh, I gotta turn the lights on. Right?
Well, I feel like maybe when they got called to help heal the Sundering, this is where dragons are from. This is where they quintessentially existed, right? They weren't doing, I guess, but then they were in Northrend, killing Galakron. So I don't know. You know what? It is a little confusing. I'm sure we're going to figure it out, and I'm not that good at it, but I feel like it's weird that they had to have like a signal to come back. Like if that's your ancestral homeland, like you should know your way back to it. I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, like, it was intentionally hidden from them. They hid it from themselves. But, like, they still knew where it was, but then they couldn't find it when they got to where it was, which is weird to me. So, like, there is that. There's the Dragon Isles. That's where we're going. We're getting a new race and a class, the Dracthyr Evoker. We'll come back to that in a minute. Like, just, oh my god, I don't know where to start. Like,
it's so exciting that you almost don't want to play current content anymore. You're just like, I'm done
Exactly.
with this. It's been too long. It's been too long. Like, yeah, I'm just over here wiggling like, and I'm still doing Zemos and still doing Heritage Armors. I'm like, come on, Dragonflight, come on.
I try not to think about it because it's probably at least a year away, and I would say it's probably more like 15 months away.
I
So,
heard,
like,
I heard
trying not to-
February, but I don't know if that's true.
You
Sorry
know
to
what, though?
interrupt.
I'd rather them take time and make sure it's good and polished
Yeah.
on release. So even if they
Exactly.
have to take like an extra 6 months, then so be it.
from what I have heard, it's actually quite far along what they have. Like, they have already moved the 10.0, not all of it, I imagine, but a build of 10.0 they've put on their encrypted CDN, the Content Distribution Network. That is what eventually then yeet cannons it all out to, beta servers and stuff like that, or alpha in this case. So I guess we could start with like the Isles themselves, the Dragon Isles. It's
there's
how many
what?
planes? It's
4 or 5 new zones, right?
Four
It's like
zones.
five. Well, it's 5 zones, and one is the Dracthyr starting zone, which I guess is it gonna be like that Expedition Isle thing that they did in
What,
DFA, where like you want to try a new character, so you go from 1 to 10, and you basically get your first armor set, and you get 1 to 10, and then you go into the like real world.
I was thinking it would be more like the Wrath of the Lich King starting experience for the
Death Knight?
Knight.
Oh, I didn't play Lich King current. I had to catch up on that, so
Oh.
I have no idea.
Speaking of Death Knights, did you see there is like I guess like a quest part of their Class Order campaign in Legion where you basically like slaughter all the red fucking dragons,
I
baby?
saw that, and I'm gonna be like, and I was thinking like, they're gonna be so pissed off when Death Knights show up on this island.
Hey guys, sorry about that little altercation we had a couple years ago.
Actually, okay, not to go on too much of a tangent, but the Red Dragonflight, their whole thing is protecting life, right? Like all life, even life they're fighting. Technically, Death Knights are not alive. So, does that mean that they don't give a shit about killing Death Knights?
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Okay, so these zones. The first zone we're going to is called Waking Shores. It's where we land with all the, like, scientists and librarians and, I don't know, your cousin Craig, who, he got fired and he needed a new job. And he's like, well, we're going there. I'll go there. I'll find a job there. I don't know. What are you up to, Craig? Get your shit together. But we're going to the Waking Shores. It's this wild, untamed land, and it's like waking up as we get there. And it's in the cinematic where Stony Tony is walking through and you see the flower uncurling. That's, and it's got the, like, magma. And yeah, this is the ancestral home of the Black Dragonflight, but it's apparently also where the Red Dragons are hanging out. And Rathian's going to be there, and he's going to be like, what is the future of the Black Dragonflight? Where do we go from here? And also, there's ducks. Duckies.
Chris, if you say that he's just gonna be fucking Anduin all day, I don't know.
Anduin is not here.
He's not there yet. He's going to return, and then one of the raid bosses, we're going to invade Stormwind and kill Terralion, and Rathian is going to save Anduin. I'm calling it now.
I'm not.
That's
so
pretty
sure.
hot. I feel like that's hot for some reason.
So the next zone, we managed to ditch Craig. I don't know where the fuck he went to, but I don't care. He's someone else's problem now. This is right after Waking Shores. This is the Onaran Plains. It is like big ol' wide open green plains, and there's some like foresty grove areas. This is the where the green dragonflight is all about, you know, and there's centaurs there for some reason, and they used to fight the green dragons for some reason, and then eventually they were like, hey, we shouldn't fight, and then the dragons were like, yeah, you're right, we shouldn't fight, and they're like, all right, well, how about we centaur go in the plains and the dragons can go in the groves, and they're like, okay, and then the dragons fucked off for 10,000 years, and now they're back, and the centaurs are probably gonna be like, whoa, bitch, what do you do? Actually, oh, damn, you lose weight, you looking good. But holy shit, you've been gone a long time. Yeah, so then after that, we have the Azure Span. This is tied to the Blue Dragons. It follows Kalec Ghost, checking out Syndragos's archives with his new snappy-looking up-resed model where everybody's going to try to bone him, you know, because go look at that damn thing. There's Knowles here for some reason. There's Tuskar, up-res Tuskar. And I don't think I need to say anything more. This is going to be the best expansion ever because there's Tuskar in it.
What about there's going to be an otter mount, right? Like
there is? I want an otter mount.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I think I just accidentally retweeted a leak. But I had heard that there was going to be an otter mount somehow through the Tuskar.
I want to look at this right now.
Dude,
I need to know.
Otters are one of my favorite animals. I love
got a
them.
random question. Is Caligo still with Jaina?
No. They
No.
haven't been for a very long time.
Why'd they break up? I like them together.
I don't know. He probably, I don't see anything on your Twitter about an otter mount. He probably, like, I don't know, came home too late after drinking, and she was like, Kalec, I told you to come home sooner. And he was like, bitch! And she was like, you will not talk to me like that. And he was like, I'll talk to you any way I want. I'm a dragon. And then he threw up, pissed himself, shit himself, and when he woke up the next morning, she'd moved out.
I don't blame her. That sounds awful.
I don't think that happened.
You know, I'm pretty sure the story's out there why they broke up, but Lily, I think I like your version better. It's more realistic.
Really, it
Kalec
is
had too much to
really.
drink. Okay, so then the other zone is called Thaldraszus. Thaldraszus? I don't know. It's one of those SZ things. This is like the seat of power of all Flive flights. All Flive? Yeah, going with it. All 5 flights. And it is where our main city hub is going to be. Valdrakken, they call it. And we get an auction house. Also, this is where the bronze dragons are hanging out in Thaldraszus, where it's supposed to be all Flive. God, I'm tired, y'all. I'm exhausted. But basically, I'm excited as hell for this. Like, okay, it's such a small thing, but I am so stoked to have an auction house in our main city, and we don't have to go back to fucking, Stormwind or Orgrimmar. Because, like, when was the last time we had that?
I don't think we ever did, besides the engineer one.
No, we definitely did. The shitty little hubs nobody used in Warlords had it.
The garrisons?
Not the garrisons. The like little like hub things on that island where the shit. What were they called? The alliance was called Storm Shield, I think.
Ashran for the Horde.
Yeah, on the island. There's these little hubs, and they had auction houses there. But like, and before that, I think the last time was.
Shatrath, maybe?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And even that, I don't think was in there right away. I think that was added later. Damn. But I'm stoked for this, because I don't want to have to keep going back and forth. Also, not even also, this just leads into the next point. One of the... God, I feel so like I'm doing this so scattered. I didn't know where to begin with this. One big feature that they're pushing, and it looks like it could be a whole lot of fun. It also looks like it could be a little annoying if it doesn't work out the way they want. It's called dragon riding, and I've heard that it's very similar to a system in Guild Wars 2 where you like, I don't know how to describe it. You're like turning your little customizable Drake around. There's like 4 different chassis, somebody referred to them as on, what interview was that? Blizz Planet. They called them chassis. There's like, you can customize your own rideable dragon around like a proto Drake model, a Drake model, like the 4-footed one. There's like a wyvern looking one. It's kind of like those flying lion things in Orgrimmar, but it's a dragon. And like a pterodactyl looking thing. And apparently there's so many customization options for this that it's highly likely no two how to fly your dragon things are going to look the same. My question, though, is can I only use this on the Dragon Isles, or can I take my scaly friend to the rest of the world with me? Because I want to. You know?
So I had heard that on the Dragon Isles, it was going to be the only place for dragon riding. But I agree with you. I think it would be cool to let us do that. And sometimes, like when I'm riding along on like my drakes, like just out in the world on Azeroth, I kind of try to have fun and like dive down and like get monsters like, oh, here's the thing I need, like, and you like nosedive into it, and then you jump off and you're like, pow, and you kill them. But it would be really cool to just fly around and do barrel rolls and stuff. I am not one of those people that gets motion sick from that. I know a lot of people do, so like maybe it would be like an optional thing, but I think it would be very cool to control those Dragonflight mounts out elsewhere in the world and have them be the only ones that could do that really cool stuff.
Well, to add to that, first of all, the more important part of this, the motion sickness stuff is apparently something that occurred to them very early on, so they're taking that very seriously and looking at what they can do to reduce that kind of problem. I don't know what the solution is, but they're on it already. And also, what I had actually meant was not like be able to do dragon riding in like the old world. I meant like if I can take my Dragonflight Drake to Stormwind and just use it as a normal mount. I would love to have that.
Oh yeah. So like maybe you could take the mount with you, but all the special like aerial skills
That's what I want.
would only be in Dragon Isles. Yeah.
That's what I want.
That would be awesome.
Maybe there's some technical reason they wouldn't be able to.
And I think maybe like if there's any motion sickness issues, just real quick, I know they're already working on that with like Grimrail Depot with like people who have like the motion sickness, like moving on the train and stuff, and they had that like barrier thing that you can buy or use. They're probably going to have something like that where like if you want to do it and you don't want to like you want to have the experience of like looking at that and how cool it is, but not feeling like you're going to get a migraine or barf, you know. Then they'll probably sell something like some sort of shield or something. I feel like Blizzard would do that.
In my mind, what the two biggest risks they're taking in this expansion is to move forward with more things. They are completely overhauling the talent system again, which I did not expect at all. When they redid it in MOP, I didn't expect them to ever change it. But we're getting basically talent trees back. So when you look at it, you'll have a tree for your class and a tree for your spec. And I think that's awesome because it fills in a lot of blanks that were left by oversimplifying the talent system in the first place. Excuse me. And they tried to fill those blanks with all those extraneous systems like fucking corrupted gear and things like that. Speaking of, there isn't really going to be much in the way of borrowed power. Like, tier sets are technically borrowed power, but we're keeping them. Like, the big things where it's like, oh, if you suck this dragon's dick, you get this special magic or something. I don't know. That's probably still true, but not in the game. So, new talent system. I'm excited about that. Some people are worried about it being a little flat. Like, oh, I'll hit this talent and it just makes regrowth a tiny bit stronger instead of, I don't know, making something a little more dynamic. I'm not a game developer. I don't know. I'm excited for that though, because like, God, because it means no extraneous crap. Like, we don't have to do an endless AP grind to, like, work the gears of some machine that should never exist because it was should never have been broken. And then the other huge risk they're taking that actually looks awesome is they are completely revamping how professions are done. Like, you're going to be able to do crafting orders, which are... It's essentially like an auction house, but specifically for getting crafted things. Like, you want this specific, I don't know, pair of gloves. Well, Butt Stuff Sally, the tailor, knows how to make those pair of gloves, and they make them at a better quality than the others, because quality is part of this now. So you can go on this crafting order thing and specifically request that person make your gloves. And you can put up mats if you want, even soul-bound mats. And this is where it goes a little farther, is you can have specializations within your professions now. Like, if you are an armor worker person, a blacksmith, and you want to get really good at making helmets, you can, but you won't be necessarily as good at making, like, boots or something. You level them all up, and there's, like, these special stats. I don't really know how to describe it, but for everything I've heard about it, sounds really interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I love it. I think it makes it, like, more interactive, specialized. People will make money. I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't really give a shit about the professions right now, so maybe I'll start to care now.
From what I understand, there's going to be, like, special gear you wear to make your professions, or to, like, go mining shit.
Interesting.
Oh, like I heard about like a mining helmet or something like that, right? Yeah, exactly. I think it's cool. I think if you could submit work orders like that, I know there's other games that do that. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I think it's a good idea. I think that if you could submit a work order and say, this is what I have, and maybe you could trade for what you have, like, it'd be more interactive and fun. So definitely.
Yeah. And it plays to the introvert, me, so I don't have to actually talk to anyone.
Hell yeah.
Booyah.
Yeah. Okay, so people might be wondering then, well, why are we going to the Dragon Isles? Who is the big bad? And so far, all we've been able to figure out is the reason we are going there is to explore these lands after the last 10,000 years, help the dragons come and take their home back to them, because as we'll find out, there are a lot of other peoples on there that, while some of them are happy to see the dragons have come back, others are just waking up themselves for the first time after 10,000 years. Others have been awake and are really pissed off that the dragons are coming back because of their God, how did he put... I think it was an interview with Ian. He was saying that the Primalists are a group of dragons who really hate that all the stuff done with Tyr made dragons, in their view, servants to the mortals or to the titans or to anything. And that pissed them off. So these Primalists wanted to get more savage, more elemental, and then they tapped into the elements that, by the way, the dragons came from in the first place, so that's a long story, and empowered themselves up to the same level as what the aspects were. Except now the aspects don't have that power anymore, and Alexstrasza wants to get that power back, probably to fight these guys off. And I can hear some people want to be like, well, wait, why can't you just let them be them? Why do you have to kill them? Because they want to enslave all the mortals on the planet. They're bad. But I don't think they're the big bad. I think the big bad is there's still that loose thread of how does Nosdormu become Murozond? And I think we're tragically going to find that out this expansion. And I think Murozond's going to be the big bad. Yeah.
Interesting. I've heard that, and I've heard obviously Galakron is like another one people have been talking about.
Galakron's been dead for somewhere less than 10,000 years, but thousands of years.
Yeah, I think there was I was reading those elementalists are gonna do some sort of crazy magic and resurrect them or something like that.
I think it would be cool to have Galakron come back. Okay, you can't go to the Dragon Isles and then not have Galakrond be a factor in some way, even if it's just like a much weaker version of him, like resurrected in his bones or something.
Yeah, I think he'll play a part somehow.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what size he'll be, but he'll play a part.
I don't think they could make him his full size in the game. I don't think it would work.
Oh, I know. What I meant by that is like either he'll be a boss or like one of the big bosses will be like I don't know, like some sort of Scarlet Crusade that like praises him. I don't know.
What, Gershom? I heard you key up.
Oh no, I was just wondering, so like you guys remember when like Stoner Boy wakes up and he like opens his eyes and he's right there on the edge of the ocean? The first music they play is the Dragonflight music, which I had mentioned last episode that I like, and it was that creepy piano. And I was like, where are we? It's not Dragonflight. We're on the Dragon Isle. So I don't know. I just thought that was weird. I'm just jumping in here. And I think Murazond would be a good big bad. I don't think he's going to be the final boss. I don't know what the final boss. No, I don't think so. I think he's going to be something we do along the way, because we've always known that like he tells Thrall, I think it's like Dawn of the Aspects or some old book or something like that, where he's like, this is going to happen to me. Like you go to, you always tell me what the name of this dungeon is. What's it called, Willie?
End
God damn it. End time. Yep. That's it. I always forget it. But when you beat Murazond at the end, and then like in the book, he goes back and he tells Thrall like that was what's going to happen. Like I know a lot of people are saying that. I'm just butting in and saying I agree with that. But yeah.
So you don't think he's going to be the end boss because we know how he dies already because of that dungeon?
Yeah, pretty much. I think there's something bigger and badder beyond him, but I'm not that great at like story crafting. I don't know what it's going to be, but I don't think he's the last boss. I think he's going to be like that mid boss, like that first raid, maybe. I don't know.
I have a prediction to make about this expansion, and I don't remember if I've said this on the show, but every original dragon aspect, and I say original so that I can specifically say this doesn't include Kalikos, every original dragon aspect except Alexstrasza has been corrupted at some point. So Neltharion got all jizzed on by the old gods and became Deathwing. Nosdormu becomes Murazond eventually. Malygos went insane and killed a bunch of his own... No, he didn't. No, he saw his people die and went crazy about it, and then we had to put him down. Ysera was corrupted by the Emerald Nightmare. That just leaves Alexstrasza. Are we going to see Alexstrasza get fucking taken over by something this expansion?
Oh, please no.
And
I love her so much.
I don't want to take it I don't want to speculate too much, but when is the last time you saw an old god? Not an old god. And, well, you know where I'm going, but it was told that we were going to be in an old type facility. No, it wasn't. No, okay, let me start over. This tier tower thing with the thing. Every time we've seen something like that, it's been over some sort of old god machination or old god themselves. Do you think it's possible we're going to end up seeing Alexstrasza get some sort of void corruption in her this expansion? I hope the fuck not, because that keeps happening too much and it's boring at this point. But I think it's possible.
I think they're gonna just choose one. I don't like, for example, if we're right, if you guys are right about what is his name? Murazond? Is that what he turns into?
Murazond, yeah.
I don't think they'll kill off both the head of the bronze and head of the red. I think it'll be one or the other.
Yeah, could be.
I just thought it was interesting when he was walking up that like beacon of Tears Fall, or not Tears Fall, like Tears Hand or whatever, that it looked very, very Titan-y. I know it is because they're Titans, but it was like he's walking up the path and I'm like, where is he? This looks like an Ulduar. And then that sprung to my thoughts, like to speak to your point, Willie, that there's something bad here. There's something bad going on, because also I'm still wondering why everyone's faces were melted off. That was fucked up.
Oh, 10,000 years of weather. I just
Yeah.
assumed.
Yeah, I did not, because, and here's why I didn't assume that, is because when Stoner Boy is walking past like his dead friends, he gets pissed. Like he narrows his eyes. He's like, I'm going to do something. He's on a mission. And when he gets up and he sees the guy in the throne that is not Tyr, because he doesn't have
That's
a silver
definitely
hand.
not Tyr.
No,
Tyr
it's not Tyr.
died in-
Yeah.
Tyr died in Silverpine.
Yeah, no, that's Tyr's fault. I know, but
I think they're actually redoing the whole Tears Fall zone for this expansion. I was reading something like that.
that would be very interesting. I guess I'm done babbling. I just feel like this guy, like our stoner friend that was walking around, was like kind of angry that what had happened, and he felt like a very big need to like get the beacon going. Like something's going on here. It's not just weather. It's not.
I honestly, I just thought he looked sad. I didn't think he looked angry.
He looked like determined and kind of angry. Like he narrowed his eyes. Like every time he saw one of those like statues that had been like their faces like melted off, he kind of looked at him and he was like, and then when he walked by the flower, like he's making stuff happen as he goes. And I just feel like he was a man on a mission, you know?
Oh, I think that's also, he wasn't making like the flowers open and like the magma go. That was just the zone, the Dragon Isles waking up as they described it.
Oh, I thought it was like his presence,
I
like as some sort of keeper or something.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that they said it was the land waking up. See, I don't think he's a keeper. I think he's I don't know. They keep doing this thing where like the next level down. Listen, I don't want to do my job, so I'm making a statue to do my job for me. All right, well, the statue's going to make a job to do that job because the statue doesn't want to do that job.
It's true. It all gets a little mixy, and I'm not perfect at this shit, so.
I guess we'll see what happens, really. Okay, so I want to get into a little bit of what were predictions that I don't remember how much we said last week, but predictions that we made based on some thoughts that were hot topics. Player housing, I was right. No player housing this expansion. And, excuse me, they actually said in several interviews that it's a way bigger undertaking than we might think. And I don't remember why, but I think it was Steve Denuser explained why. Don't remember. New class. I said there was going to be a new class. I was hesitant, but I was wrong about that there wasn't going to be a new race. I don't remember. Did you guys think there was going to be a new race? Because I didn't.
I said yes, because typically they release a new race and a new class.
I had put my hat in the ring for Dark Rangers specifically, but I guess we are getting a new class, but it's not Dark Rangers. So I was half right.
I actually think Dark Ranger is going to happen in 9.2.5. There is, look up a video Taliesin and Evitel made that points to strong indication of that happening. But I don't think anybody saw a race class combination coming that is mutually exclusive. Like, with the Dracthyr Evoker, the Dracthyr can only be Evoker, and only Evokers can be Dracthyr. Like,
I think we were all right, though, because I think we did say, like, if there was going to be a new class, it would be a male class.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that it was going to be a Horde or Alliance that you could pick.
And have a healing spec. It's about time the healers got a hero class. One thing I was half right about was I thought there was going to be an extraneous way to play the game. Like, I was thinking of a system like Torghast or the Islands or something. And I was half right. We're getting that in Dragon Riding, but it's also not exactly what I thought we were going to get. And I could not be happier to be wrong about that, because this is a reflection of the fact that there is no endless AP grind we have to do. Thank fucking God. And time skip. I'm going to go ahead and say I was right. I said there wasn't going to be a huge, massive time skip, and I think if I remember right, you guys agreed. So we were all right. And it's like, we still don't technically know what's going on back in Stormwind and all that, but they have said in a couple interviews, well, yeah, so the time does work different, but it's still Dragonflight. It's still right after Shadowlands. It's not like you came back and it's like waking up out of a 50-year coma or something like that. So, eat it, everyone. Eat it.
We is smart.
Smart. So questions I still have that have yet to be, I've yet to find a answer to. And I don't think we're going to be able to get these answers for quite some time. I already asked this one, but it does sound like it's only going to be Dragon Isles, but I want to know if I can take my dragon riding dragon to Stormwind. Like, I don't need to do dragon riding there necessarily, but I want to be able to take my scaly friend with me around the world. Also want to know if they're eventually going to add more classes to the Dracthyr, because, like, I mean, they said something to the effect of, like, well, who's to say that once they get to know the Horde and Alliance that they can't be like, I want to learn how to, I don't know, be a shaman or something like that. I think it could happen. I also want to know what's happening in Stormwind and Orgrimmar during this, but my understanding is we're getting a lot of answers in 9.2.5 about what's going on back home. I want to know what weapon type Dracthyr Evokers are supposed to use, because that wasn't in any of the art or the video. And I also want to know, this is a big one, what are they going to do to address the situation that has arisen with personal loot? And fucking just give us Loot Master back. Seriously. But I want to know if that's all going to get fixed. Do you guys have any questions that you think the initial announcement didn't answer?
I don't think I really did. I think they were pretty. I think they made it very clear it's still very much a work in progress, and you know they're you know I think they did a good job of trying to address what the player base feels, but I don't know. I feel like we're always here, and then like we say, oh, this and this is wrong in beta, and they call us, basically they tell us we're effing idiots and don't know what we're talking about, and then like 9.2 rolls around and you know they're like, oh well, we're gonna do this and this now. Yeah, we pointed that out like 2 years ago. Like, thanks for fixing it now.
Yeah, time will tell if they've come around on that one. And it
I'm
sounds
excited,
like
though.
they have. I'm hyped as fuck, dude.
I think the new talent system is for me at least is a big win. You know, I think it's nice that we're not tying like there's a utility kind of tree, and then there's one that like helps you do more damage or more healing or be tankier. So I'm excited about that, and I think the most thing I'm excited about is going back to Azeroth.
Yes, definitely. Gershom, you got any last thoughts on this before we move on?
Nope, pretty much echo the same thing. I'm really stoked about the expansion. I'm stoked about the new talent system. And I'm just stoked for a new expansion. Honestly, I said it earlier, but I feel even a little bored right now. Like I'm just working on grinds at this point, because I know I don't raid, but it is what it is. So I dug my own grave on that. I'm having fun, but also I'm super excited for this. I just can't wait to explore everything that they have to offer. I don't even have a lot of critiques. I'm just excited to see what happens and go forward and just love it.
Yeah, they seem to be turning in a direction that's healthy for the game and for players feeling like they're being listened to. I'm not quite ready to say that it's all fixed, because I'm sure there will be something somewhere along the line that the player base won't like, but I am optimistic. I'll say that. Let's move on to question of the week.
Question of the week.
All right, so last week we asked you guys, what do you think of cross-faction gameplay? And what do you think of cross-faction guilds? Do you think there's a point where it's going too far? And Shantyman, who actually answered before I managed to get the question posted because he's a G that way, said, personally, I don't think they can go too far with cross-faction. We already have mercenary mode for PvP, which is the one area where I would have concerns. Letting people play together with the races that they enjoy for aesthetic or racial bonus reasons should be how it's done. Excuse me. Less barriers, not more. Who wants to read Aaron's?
I can. I think cross-faction gameplay is a good idea. It promotes working together and eliminates a lot of the headaches that we currently have, i.e. Habab's health getting grayed out, alliance dungeon queues taking forever, etc. The same sentiment extends to cross-faction guilds. They allow people to communicate more efficiently. What I don't want to see is the elimination of Horde versus Alliance for content for those who choose it. I still want to be able to fight the Horde and Ward mode or the odd battleground, as I see my fight against the opposing faction as an important fun aspect of the game, even if many players and now developers don't.
Fair way of putting it.
Wow, that was a really good answer. I gotta give a thumbs up to Aaron for that. That was a very well thought out answer. Thank you, Aaron.
You want to read Vanderlyle?
Yeah, I'll read Vanderlyle. Vanderlyle says, I really don't want to see cross-faction gameplay at all, but I understand if they need to do whatever makes the game more accessible and fun for the overall population, as well as the benefit and the health of the game. I kind of wish I knew why he felt that way, or they felt that way, but if you could hit us up, Vanderlyle, I don't know. Though.
Yeah, well, he's not alone in that sentiment, because then Hoax
No, that's
says,
true, yeah.
Hoax then says, I'm not a fan of cross-faction co-op in any capacity. I like the idea of our choices being meaningful and having an impact on what we are doing / able to do. This feels like one more step away from that. Keep in mind, I was one of the people throwing a fit when the Alliance got Shamans and the Horde got Paladins, so I rarely fall in line with what, quotation marks he says, the people want. My only response to that is we're at a point where sometimes you can't really, it would be, your queue for a dungeon would be a lot shorter if there were a bigger pool, is kind of what I'm getting at. My reaction to that. But I totally get why people would disagree with this system. Okay, I'm babbling. Somebody read Slide Whistle, please.
I'll read Slide Whistle. He says, grouping with dungeons and raids are fine because Alliance PvE sorely needs the boost, which is true. You mentioned that, like, the queue times. But keep those filthy animals out of my cities. I don't want to see any mouth-breathing orcs walking around Stormwind.
Job's done.
Good. Anyways, I don't want to be there either, so it's too white and weird. And then Shanti said, and I don't want to see any colonizers in Orgrimmar. I think we're getting heated here. And Immune says, trust us, we don't want to be in the mud pits either. Oh,
Love to see it. I love to see it. Look at this.
I would love to see it. I know. I love how we're all such good friends.
See, this is why it's so perfect, is because the Horde and Alliance identity is still intact, even if we're like...
Yep. I would not... the only time I ever offered to do it... Actually, this is a funny story, and it's real quick before Bent can read Immune's answer. But... I wanted to do cross-faction raiding because I heard at one point that when you first zone into the raid that you're like aggressive to the other faction. And I had told the guys from DNR, I was like, I will phase in and let you kill me. I just thought it would be funny to try and do.
I don't think that's in the raid. I think that's if you're outside the raid.
No, it was like something that was going around a long time ago in beta or something where there was like a glitch where like... Yeah, no, it's okay. Where you can like try and zone into the cross-faction raid, but you're still not like friendly. Yeah, and you could get killed, and I was like, I will do that and get killed to be funny. Yeah, I'm just being silly.
No, I'm having ADHD, and I'm only listening to like half of what people say, which isn't good because my brain's made out of cheese.
Does Bent want to read Immune's answer?
Sure. But I guess to answer the question, I'm okay with the grouping for raids. PvP and plus PvP because it only benefits us since we play more Horde. So if you don't know, Immune and DNR guys, they play on Alliance. I'm not a huge fan of it in general, but it'll benefit the queues at least. It'll be gross if we have to let them into our guild. Ew.
Damn. Harsh.
That's harsh, bro.
So we had a couple answers from Twitter as well. From the Scrubs versus the World account, which either was intentional or Cyrub was on the wrong account. I don't know. But they say, I'm stoked for cross-faction. I think story-wise it makes sense, and if we're not going to get a scenario in the story where we need to keep fighting, then why keep them separate? It'll help with continuity and open up some great opportunities to play with friends. And then we had one more. I'll just go through it real quick. From Kraken Latte, who says, I've wanted cross-faction gameplay for years. I really want cross-faction guilds, and I hope it expands into the open world as well. I want to do quests and world quests with everyone without mobs graying out. I'm not racist. There is no point where it's too far for me. I mean, if I walk into Stormwind and there's an orc, like, railing a gnome...
Whoa, dude.
Dude, can you imagine that?
I don't
Dude,
want
imagine,
to.
Imagine like a Tauren's meaty package. It's probably bigger than a gnome. Oh my god.
Hey, that's why Bane ended up standing up in Ouroboros, because he was sitting so long on his big ass balls that he was like, oh shit, this hurts.
Oh my God.
Okay, let me tell you. You wouldn't know this because you do not have testicles. But
that's true. That's true.
When you sit on them, you feel that pain immediately. It doesn't take a while. It's immediate. It's like, oh god, I sat on my nuts. Okay, new question. What are some of the best names you've seen people take or have taken yourself for their Dracthyr Evoker? As an example, I saw somebody come up with the name Spyro, and I'm mad jelly. You can answer that question in Discord by going to ThrallsBalls.com. You can answer on Twitter at ThrallsBallsPod, or you can email your answer to us, ThrallsBallsPodcast@gmail.com.
I believe we got to answer the question for this week. I don't think none of us answered yet.
Oh, god damn it. I always do that.
It's all
Okay.
good. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Personally, I don't think they can really go too far with it. I would be on board with cross-faction guilds. Actually, no, I take it back. What would be going too far with it is letting them freely walk around each other's cities. Like orcs walking around Stormwind, fucking night elves running around fucking Thunder Bluff. It just wouldn't work. I don't want it. But cross-faction guilds, I want it. Make it go. Make it work. What about you guys?
I think I'm pretty much on board with you. I don't want us to be able to go into each other's cities. I think there should be a place where we can go like be ourselves and be like the Horde or the Alliance or whatever we're playing. And cross-faction guilds, I'm like 50-50. I'm like, maybe I'm kind of leaning towards not, but I think it's cool to be able to party for sure. Yeah, that's my answer.
Ben.
I think I'm more in line with what Immune, I think, said. I'm open for cross-faction dungeoning, cross-faction raiding, but I don't think you should be really able to walk in cities, and I also don't think that you should be able to be in the same guild. I think, they still need to make the Horde versus Alliance choice somewhat meaningful, but at the same time, I think it's a little too restrictive in its current state.
Yeah, my thoughts on the cross-faction guild plan is like, in terms of the world, cooperation between Horde and Alliance is going to be strained at best. We just got out of the Fourth War, but we don't exist within Azeroth. Us as real players and real people, let's say there's Buttsex the Guild. That's the name of the guild. Buttsex the Guild. And they only have 8 people, but they want to raid. Well, Throatsex the Guild on the Horde side, they have 4 people. If they combined, they would have a raid. So they do that for a while, not as one guild, but as two separate guilds going cross-faction. And then they're making friends. They're friends and all that. And they want to be able to be in a guild together because they're friends. They can't, if they don't have that option, then they're always going to feel separate as people in the real world, in the world of Earth where we live. And it's not necessarily going to, you won't be able to log on, be like, hey, what's going on, Sloppy Poppy? But, oh no, Sloppy Poppy is an orc. Damn it. I'll have to wait until raid to talk to them. Because people are not going to use the communities feature. It's just not going to happen. Like, I'm in 2 of them for Uno Mas, is like cross-server stuff and Mythic Plus keys stuff. And people just use it to coordinate things. They don't really use it for conversation. It's all guild chat. So unless they add a new kind of chat that's like a cooperative chat between 2 guilds, then I'm fine.
Willie, this is like a little, well, not really off topic, but I don't know if you know, but Viz and Cassie created a community for Collected Company.
Oh, I'm going to have to look into that. Rock on. Anyway, before we move on, I'm going to reiterate that the new question is, what are some of the best names you've seen people take or have taken yourself for the Dracthyr Evoker? You can answer in Discord at ThrallsBallsPodcast, on Twitter at ThrallsBallsPod, or an email, ThrallsBallsPodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, I'm going to look into that. I might have already joined it. I don't know for sure. Draft time. You guys want to draft?
Draft our rock bands? Hell
Let's
yeah.
draft.
I'm an angsty band manager.
Thralls, balls, draft, everybody.
All right, it is the draft, and we are drafting 4 NPCs to form a rock band with, and then we're gonna name our band. Yeah. So last week we drafted our most overrated zones, and Gershom and myself were tied for first, and Bent came up in third with 0 votes. I just had to point that out. Sorry, buddy. It was too funny not to. Why didn't you vote for yourself? What the fuck?
I was just so busy this week.
Because you liked me better. No, it's because you liked me better.
I didn't vote for anyone.
Admit it.
It's gotta be that. No, don't hide it. You wanted to vote for Gershom because
You're a Gershom simp.
You're a Gersh stan.
Don't leak my DMs, Gershom.
So, with that said, our order for this week is Bent, me, Gershom, Gershom, me, Bent, etc. So, 4 NPCs to form a rock band with. Bent, you are up first. Who are you taking, and what do they play in your band?
I'm going to take Lyrith, and he's going to play a combination of the flute and her the harp.
God damn it. Motherfucker. Lyrith was one of my first choices. Fuck.
See, that's why I didn't vote for myself last week, so I could get the first pick.
You would have got the first pick
brain,
anyway.
big brain.
You would have got the first pick anyway. We were both like 2 votes ahead of you.
Look at the big brains on Bent.
Fuck it, I'm like 8 steps ahead playing 4D chess.
Okay, there's 2 ways I can go here. One of them I think is gonna come back to me. No, there's 3 choices I can make. I'm gonna pick Bane for bass guitar. And the reason I'm picking Bane is because he's literally already an Elite Tauren Chieftain. So, come on. Literally already there.
I would have went with drums, I think, because don't they play like drums as part of their culture?
You'd think so, but you'd think. Hold that thought. We'll come back to that in a minute. Gershom, you're up. You get to pick 2.
All right, so for lead guitar, I am picking Samuro, aka Samwise Didier, motherfuckers. Speaking of Elite Tauren Chieftains, I saw them at the first BlizzCon. So Samwise is my boy. Samuro is on lead guitar.
How do you spell that?
Samuro. They're on a balcony in Silverwind. Just look up Elite Tauren Chieftains or Samuro on Wowhead. You'll see them.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah, at Samwise Didier. Yeah. And then for lead singer, we have Sylvanas with the...
I thought about going that way.
Oh yeah, she's got the Banshee's wail, bitch. I think about her. I think about like a Lizzie Hale. Like, have you guys ever heard Hailstorm or
Of
Lizzie
course
Hale?
I've heard Hail.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so that is definitely the vibe I'm getting with her. So Sylvanas is on lead vocals. So Samuro on lead guitar, Sylvanas on lead vocals.
All right. So, I need somebody who can just kill vocals or guitar. Which one do I think can come back to me better? I'm gonna pick Rathian for lead vocals because you need to have your vocalist be smoking hot, and
Agreed.
Oh, he is so hot.
I am positive he'll be able to sing. You've heard that voice, right?
Oh,
You've
yeah.
heard it. All right, so that was my second pick. Who's your second and third, Bent?
I got to think about my third, but my second is going to be strictly vocals, and it's going to be Jaina Proudborn. It's going to be Daughter of the Sea.
Oh man. Oh, she does have a good voice.
Are you sure you don't want to just draft Laura Bailey instead?
I don't know who that is.
The voice of Jaina.
Yeah,
No.
the
It's gotta be
voice
Jaina.
actress.
actor.
It's the voice actress that sings the song.
All right, so you've got Lyrith and Jaina, who probably would get along really well now I think about it. But who is your third?
I gotta really think. I need someone who's very angsty on lead guitar because I feel like most guitar players are very angsty individuals, and I'm gonna go with Nathanos.
Oh, shit. I don't see him and Jaina getting along well, but when's the last time the lead guitarist and the vocalist did get along?
That is totally true.
Usually the guitarist wants to be the vocalist, so there's like drama, but he can be like backup, I guess. He's got maybe we'll do like a little screamo Paramore kind of combination.
If he's in his if he's still in his cousin's body, then he'd be fine with that. His original Scourgy body got all like fucked up. I don't think he'd be able to. Yeah, he'd be fine. Okay, so my third pick, I have Bane and Rathian. So I'm gonna draft my drummer now, and nobody's gonna guess this. Nobody is going to see this coming. I'm picking Hogger because
Oh baby.
Hogger on drums, he's like Animal from the Muppets. Animal! It'd be perfect. Yeah.
That's a very good one. I'll give you that. I never even thought about him.
That made me laugh very hard.
And that's why I didn't put Bane on the drums.
Makes sense.
Gershom, who are your last two?
All right. So I have a guitarist and a vocalist. I need drummers. I'm gonna pick Bwansamdi on the drums.
Oh, perfect.
Because you bang so many dang gongs to get him to come do stuff for you. He must love the drums. So I'm gonna pick Bwansamdi on drums. And then as a nice little background, sort of carrying the tune, but not really doing a whole lot of rock and roll bassist guy, I'm gonna pick Bolvar on the bass. On the bass. In the background, but sort of carrying the whole thing.
And it'll be perfect because he's badass enough that you'll notice him, but quiet enough that he can be in the background and no one will think twice.
That's exactly what I was going for.
And the pigs go running. Okay, so you have your guitarist, your vocalist, your drummer, and your bass. I have a bass guitarist, a vocalist, and a drummer. I do not have guitar, synth, anything like that. So I need something that can fill in the instrumental melody part of things. Where am I gonna go with this? You know what? I am going to pick Nosdormu. Believe it or not, yes, Nosdormu. And he is not going to play the guitar. He is going to play the synthesizer. Because my connection here is, like, playing the synth, it sounds all timey-wimey, space trekky, kind of like...
Like
sci-fi-ish.
some like moon keyboard shit
Yeah,
going
and
on.
he has
Oh,
like,
totally.
and he has like time travel technology, so he's, you know, in the future, man. So it makes sense to me. Okay, maybe it's a thin connection. I don't care. Nozdormu on the synth. And then Bent, your last pick.
So I need a drummer, and the way I always like look at drummers in bands is they're kind of like the glue that like keeps people together. They're usually like very level-headed, like everyone likes them, like they're good at like solving conflicts that always arise from the lead guitar and the singer. So I'm gonna go with fucking Khadgar.
Okay. The drummer for Bowling for Soup just had to go home from a tour because he got sick and it didn't impact their tour. How's that make you feel now? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I hope you get better, buddy.
There's always an exception, but that's just the way I feel. I feel like the drummer is like the glue of the band.
Yeah, I cannot remember how to spell Khadgar. I never can remember this.
Khadgar, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. See, I was putting it with the G for some reason. And Khadgar on the drums. All right, so you have Lyrith on flute and harp, Jaina on vocals, Nathanos on lead guitar, and Khadgar on drums. I have Bane on bass guitar, Rathian on vocals, Hogger on drums, and Nozdormu on the synthesizer. Gershom, you have Samuro on guitar, Sylvanas on the vocals, Bwansamdi on the drums, and Bolvar on the slappada bass. So yeah, what are our band names? I know mine, so I'll give you guys a second to pick yours while I say mine. I was thinking, what's my real life favorite band? I'm like, well, that's Foo Fighters. And then I'm like, how do I make that funny? So my band's name is Poo Fighters. Poo Fighters, like they're fighting poo. You know, like poop. Yeah. No? Okay. Well, it's sticking anyway. Bent, what is your band's name?
So I kind of went with the same like idea, but I did a song, and I'm gonna go with "Rock You Like a Tidal Wave."
Rock You Like a Tidal Wave.
Instead of rock you like a hurricane.
Yeah, like the tidal wave that Jaina used to do.
By the way, one of my picks that I didn't use was Michael Schweitzer, who is a ripoff of Michael Schenker from the Scorpions. He's in Elite Tauren Chieftains too.
That's
so
funny.
He was one of my picks that I didn't get to use. I'm gonna do the Death Rollers.
The Death Rollers, hell yeah.
I was thinking of Doom Roller, but I was thinking of Death Roller.
Who is that blood elf that like fucking hated Sylvanas because like she accidentally poisoned him and like
oh my god, he was
like a rich snob, right? He was like the rich snob who threw all the parties and
he could have been in one of these, but he was such a douche.
He would have been like the Robert Plant of the rock band. Probably stuffed his pants to look bigger and everything else.
So, special mention for backups. I had Rexar as a backup for bass. Abyssian, otherwise known as Ebonhorn, I had him for drums. Ysera for vocals. I think that would have actually been cool. And I was thinking Erator on guitar, but I was like, nah, probably not. So,
did you guys know that there's also a guy in the Elite Tauren Chieftains named Sig Nicious, which is obviously a ripoff of Sid Vicious?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I think I had Kael'thas as my backup singer. I had Thrall on the drums because like Thrall,
that
like
makes
I think
sense.
he like fits that like vibe for me, and I was gonna go with Vol'jin on the guitar.
I feel like
that would have been good.
I feel like if Kael'thas was gonna be a singer, he would have been like an Eddie Vedder and just stood up there and talked politics the whole time. Like that Kael'thas talks like a lot.
I feel like he's a good singer because he's so self-absorbed. Like I feel like a lot of the lead singers are.
That's true. That's true.
That's actually perfect. Okay, so to recap, Bentolas' band is Rock You Like a Tidal Wave, and it consists of Lyrith on the flute and harp. That's Lyrith Windrunner for anyone who didn't read the Sylvanas book. That's Sylvanas' brother, and he's dead now. Jaina Proudmore on vocals, Nathanos Blightcaller on lead guitar, and Khadgar on drums. Rock you like a tidal wave. Mine is Pooh Fighters, and I have Bane on bass guitar, Rathian on vocals, Hogger on drums, and Nozdormu on the synthesizer, and they are called the Pooh Fighters. And every time I picture Hogger on the drums, I smile a little bit. And Gershom has Samuro on the guitar. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Sylvanas on vocals, Buoners on drums, Buonsamdi, there we go, and Bolvar on the bass, and they're the Death Rollers. So, who won this draft? You can vote in the Discord. The voting click link thingy I'll also put on Twitter. It'll be in the show notes. Yeah, next week, though, we're going to be drafting Stupid Reasons to Miss Raid. I don't know if we're going to do 4 or 5 of them. We'll see. But yeah, go ahead and vote for who you think won that draft. Before we get on out of here, final thoughts, you guys? What do you think?
Wooly, I think your band is most likely to trash the hotel room every night they stay in it.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And it has nothing to do with the other 3. It's all Hogger.
Yeah, exactly. I can see fucking Blaine getting so blackout drunk he just takes a giant shit in the middle of the bed.
Yeah, and then it's convenient, too, because they can just say that, Jada did it.
No, that's Amber Heard.
Oh yeah, sorry, Amber Heard did it. I had the wrong abusive woman in my head. Amber Heard did it. Gershom, what's your final thought?
My final thought is, I'm gonna rock you like a podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, that's property rights you're violating right now.
Well,
I know.
who cares?
Someone hit up the Scorpions. It's okay. I'm sure they're fine. They're probably happy for the publicity.
I'll talk about my band.
Our entire podcast is built around talking about a game that none of us have created. So
We're good.
And my final thought is all Flive. Because I couldn't figure out how to say all 5 Dragonflights.
Man, you said Flive like 5 times.
Flive. So, we are going to go ahead and start getting on out of here. You can give us a follow on Twitter at ThrallsBallsPod. I'm at Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y. We have at Hunter Gershom, Gershom, at Bentolas_outlaw, BENTOLAS. Email us at ThrallsBallsPodcast@gmail.com. Leave a review on the Warcraft Radio podcast directory at warcraftradio.com. And join Discord by going to ThrallsBalls.com. Okay, bye. We love you. Be good.
Love you, swingers. See ya.